So I want to make sure now that you have had time to try to play around with it. I saw several people starting to get their own answers, and I saw some people get kind of stuck. I saw some people answering, and they were answering incorrectly. So I want you to make sure you're attacking this problem correctly. The first 3 boxes are just guesses. How many Skittles are in there? I know 1 is too low. I know there was more than 1 Skittle there. I put 1 billion because I think that's a pretty big number. And then I said my first guess was 100,000. I don't know why. I just guessed a number. Sometimes 10,000, sometimes 100,000, whatever you think there is in there. So what do I need to know to calculate more exact answers? I need to know what the volume of the barbells are. I need to know what the volume of Skittles are. Now, if I know those 2 things, I should hopefully be able to figure out how many Skittles there are or make a close guess. So here's what I did for part C. The volume of a barbell is pi r squared times h. But there's 2 of them. So I put 2 times pi r squared times h. Now, I did not give you the radius. I gave you the diameter. The diameter was 17.5. So I had to cut that directly in half. Thank you. I had to cut that directly in half in my calculation. 2 times pi times 17.5 divided by 2 squared times the height. This is figuring out what the volume of 2 plates are. I want to know how much volume that has. And when I figure that out, the volume of 2 plates is about 7,215, and I put some decimals there, 0.8456, just so that I could be as accurate as I possibly can. I do not recommend rounding less than the hundredths place. You should always be at least the hundredths. I went to the 10,000ths place to try to be accurate. Now that I know what the volume of the plates are, that still doesn't answer how many Skittles are there. But I do have this fact. The fact that 1 cup, 1 U.S. cup, is a volume of 14.437. That was in your notes. And I also know that in 1 U.S. cup, 1 cup of Skittles, it was about 199 Skittles. So if I know that there's 199 Skittles in 1 U.S. cup, or 14.437 inches cubed, then I can take these 2 things and I can set up a proportion. I went like this. 199 Skittles per cup is going to take up the same amount of volume as 14.437 inches cubed. 190 Skittles in this volume is equal to how many Skittles? I don't know. In a volume of the 2 plates. The 2 plates was 7215.8456. And then what I did is I cross multiplied and I divided by the 14.437, because this times this should equal this times that. When you do that and you punch this into your calculator, you're going to get a decimal. My decimal answer that I came up with was that how many Skittles in both plates? 99,463.4 Skittles, or 99,463 Skittles. That's a lot of Skittles. I'm happy when I get to eat 3. Oh, hey, you got some Skittles you're going to want to share? Oh, I'll take some. Awesome, thank you. So great when I get 3 Skittles. Except when, we already talked about that. How gross it is when you go see the kids put the quarters in and they go in and there's Skittles laying there that have been there. And then you see a kid go over, oh, I found a Skittle. They put it in their mouth. It's gross. So gross, okay? That's what I really think about, that kind of stuff. Okay, so in problem 1, how many Skittles were there? 99,463 Skittles about in both plates. Then the next question starts saying, well, how much does it weigh? If you have that many Skittles, what is the weight of it? And there's a lot of stuff up here that I gave you, like $6.83, 2 pounds, 9 ounces is 1.16 kilograms. I think it's easier to do everything in terms of kilograms and then switch it from kilograms into pounds. That'll make your life easier. Do everything in terms of kilograms. Well, how many kilograms? It was 41 ounces is 1.16 kilograms, right? Like, that's what it is. So, if you're starting to figure out, like, how much does something weigh, the keys to how much it weighs or how much it costs is setting up another proportion somehow. I guessed too low, 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds. My guess, it looks like 200 pounds. I don't know. I was guessing. I know it's not more than 1,000 pounds. No man can lift 1,000 pounds, right? Like, that was my guess for too much. So, the next thing that I did to try to figure out how much does it weigh is I set up a proportion. I want you to look at this. This is what I did. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. I decided to do something in terms of Skittles and its weight. And so I found the fact in your notes that said 199 Skittles was equal to 1 cup of Skittles, and it's equal to 160 grams. Now, I know how to convert grams into kilograms. You just move the decimal place 3 spots to the left. So when I know that 160 grams is 0.16 kilograms, that's how much 199 Skittles weigh. That's my conversion factor. I can set that equal to how many kilograms will 99,463 Skittles weigh. That's my next big idea. This over this equals something I don't know over the 99,463 Skittles. I'm still going to solve it the same way. You're going to have to start using the proportions to figure out these unknowns. Going from a weight to how many Skittles, what's your unknown weight, to how many Skittles would that weigh. Somebody asked me in my second period class, he said, does this include the weight of the barbell that are holding the 2 plates? No, it does not. We're just calculating the weight of the Skittles. We're not calculating the weight of the plastic pieces, and we're not calculating the weight of the barbell. If you've ever lifted weights before, some of you have not. Actually, a lot of you probably have not. You always add 45 pounds for the weight of the bar, plus the plates. So if you're doing the bar plus the plates is how you figure out how much are you benching or how much are you squatting or lifting or anything like that. If you've never thought about that, you need to get into pump some iron. It'd be make you a little bit tougher. I don't know. So I am not going to give you any further answers than what I've done so far, but I do want you to also know when you talk about the cost to fill the barbells, you're going to think of a proportion that deals with price and probably volume. Look at the facts that are on your fact sheet and your notes and go from there. They're going to ask you questions about what if you used the barbells made of spheres. You're going to have to figure out that math too. And so you'll get to check your answers next class. I'm going to give you another 20 minutes or so to do calculations together. After 20 minutes, we will then begin starting 13.5, which is cigarette litter. We'll stop your notes right there.